Back with more legal insight from Peterson Law Office.
That's right. So it's always a pleasure to have one of our favorites here, Justin Peterson, in the studio. So Justin, I know we are talking about holiday travel.
Yes.
I mean, it is hectic right now.
It's big time.
So how can we make sure that we're insured during this holiday travel?
Oh, that's a great question for today. Insurance. Probably the most boring thing. They're like, oh, the lawyer's going to talk about insurance.
Boring
now.
until you need it.
Yeah, until you need it. You're exactly right. You know, one of the things I love talking about when I'm on here is underinsured motorist coverage, your UIM, because that's the #1 way to protect you. Another TV personality here in Lexington recently was in a horrific accident, and I get a call at 1 a.m. and we start looking into everything, and the driver that caused the accident has a minimum policy that's only $25,000. And the $25,000 minimum limit has been there since like the late 80s. Well, has medical care increased since the late 80s?
Absolutely,
Just a little,
sure.
Right? And so, but we haven't increased our minimum limit, so how do we protect ourselves? Well, we buy underinsured motorist coverage. So when I sit down with families and we look at their coverage, we want to make sure it fits within the family budget. But what they find sometimes is that going from $25,000 UIM to $250,000 or $1 million costs like $10 or $15 a year. And so it's super cheap.
Oh,
and
wow.
It protects you in the event you're hit by someone who is uninsured or underinsured.
Let me ask you this, Justin, along those same lines. Does it make sense now for people, unfortunately, in the world in which we live, for all of us to have a dashboard camera that records what goes on in our cars?
You can. It's going to show what's going on. I mean, I'm not very tech savvy, so my dashboard cam would probably never work, or there would be a bug or something like that. I'd have to get one of my staff to fix it for me every day.
Okay.
But you know, why not? You know, it does show. It shows it, right? And it takes away the he said, she said.
And it makes your life a whole lot easier, honestly.
It does. It makes my life a lot easier because that's why cases get filed. Is it goes into litigation because there's so much gray area. Like
Sure.
he said, she said, or this witness saw that. But once we start cross-examining and peeling away that onion, usually we can show, hopefully what really happened. But yeah, a dash cam would absolutely show it for us.
Along those lines, should everybody have a personal liability umbrella?
100%, I believe so, yeah, especially if it fits within the family budget. That's going to be a little bit more expensive than UIM. So if it fits in the family budget, look at UIM first. But absolutely, that personal umbrella is going to cover you, no matter where you go. And you can be in another state. If something happens while you're traveling for this holiday travel, your personal umbrella is going to cover you in that state, depending on the type of act that's incurred.
And that was another question that I was going to piggyback off of, because a lot of people are traveling outside of the country even and trying to decide if they should gather or get insurance.
Sure.
In case they go out of the country. So
yeah, you definitely want to talk to your agent about that, because there are riders that will help protect you. There are some exclusions if you're out of the country, depending on what you're doing. There's also intentional act exclusions. There's a number of exclusions in your policy. So if you're going to do something like throw an event at your house that you normally don't, then you can go get riders or addendums to put on your insurance to
just for that day.
Just for that day, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It's kind of like hole-in-one insurance at the golf course.
But it's perfect, right?
If you're having a charity tournament or something, you get it for one day.
Yeah. Or if let's say it snowed, it's not going to snow, but let's say that it did and someone slips walking into your house, how does that fare? Does it fall on Buzz?
It is likely, well, it depends on if you're at fault or not with these slip and falls, but yes, your insurance is likely going to cover that. And so your liability insurance that is on your home is going to cover that, and then if you got that umbrella, that's going to help you out there as well. Now, the fault on a home is much different than a fault at a commercial establishment, because the reason that the person is there, they're not a business invitee. The law is still developing a little bit as to whether these DoorDash drivers, are they a business invitee? They're conducting business on your property. So some of that stuff is still developing, but again, you go to your agent, you say, hey, what if this happens? Am I covered? And you get that in writing, because it might not be.
Then the way things are now, you talk about travel. I mean, it's probably a good idea to get travel insurance as well. I mean,
absolutely. I get it because my schedule changes every like 3 seconds.
You could get called into court.
Absolutely. A judge might say, Justin, you're going to be here today. And my God, I'm going to be there today.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. JustinPetersonLaw.com is the website. Justin, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you all.
Wonderful to see you. Uneventful. Maybe a little New Year's action.
Yes,
but hopefully uneventful Christmas.
Thank you.
Thanks. We appreciate it.